Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Jinsu, and now, welcome to Talk Time. Hello everybody, welcome. This is a little series that I'm going to be starting up now, and I have wanted to do this for quite a while. I just never really had the confidence to kind of get around to it. I've always been kind of scared of kind of opening up personally too much to the internet. That was shocking, by the way, right there. But first, so I'll just start by explaining what I'm going to be doing throughout this series to you guys. So basically, it's gonna just be a little thing where I get the opportunity to, with gameplay in the background, as you can see, just a little something for you guys to focus on there if you kind of don't want to just listen to audio. But there's gonna be a thing where I get the opportunity to really open up to you guys about what goes on in my life and what I'm experiencing, and I'm kind of gonna be basing it around experiences that I kind of know that are quite common. Whoa, quite common things that go, that occur around my age, maybe a bit older, maybe a bit younger. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, I'm gonna start by saying, kind of what age I am, things that make me me, and make me unlike other people. Can't even shoot a chicken there. That's one of them. Alright, so we'll start with the age. I am 16 years old. I'm turning 17 in not too long. It's actually about, 3 months, I think. And as you can see from the title, this video is going to be about bullies, which are definitely something that, I've had experience with dealing with in my lifetime. And, that's for a few reasons, and I'll kind of summarize why right now. So to describe myself, I would say, I'm a 16-year-old male, I'm short, I wear glasses, I'm a nerd, and I'm also Jewish. So right there, you've got, 3 or 4 stereotypes that are typically, seen as people that are easy to sort of pick on and bully, and that's definitely something that's had an impact in my life, for sure. I actually did manage to get that guy in the end. So I mean, there's a lot of stereotypes, of course, short Jewish, wearing glasses, being nerd, being a few of them, but there's a lot of stereotypes in life where it's kind of, in history, bad things have happened to people from those stereotypical backgrounds. And even if it's not just that, stuff like, I don't know, of course there's the, of course, all nerds wear glasses sort of thing. And that's really, like I said, come into a major part of my life, and it subjected me to a lot of bullying. And I've kind of had to deal with that, and that's absolutely fine. It happens. I think the video is cut out here a little bit. But I think if anyone ever says, oh, I've never been bullied, I've never bullied anyone, they're bullshitting you. There is no way that in the society that we have today, that they have never been bullied and have never bullied someone. Because I know 100%, and I'm not proud of it. Let me just clarify that. I am not proud of the fact that I have bullied, but I'll admit it, I have. Everyone at some point in their life has that kind of, urge to show people that they're superior to them. I don't really want to go into, a whole kind of psychology rant here, but it's kind of not fact, but it's common speculation that that's the sort of thing that happens. And that's natural, you're going to bully people and it's unfortunate. It sucks. It sucks to be them. It sucks to be the person that's bullying, because afterwards you feel like shit, you know. Um, but it's a part of life, and you're gonna be bullied. And now we're gonna kind of go into the whole way of how to deal with it. So I mean, most of my life, we'll start with year five, which I think is grade four, either grade four or grade six for anyone in America. So that's the fifth year of primary school, right? I was actually pretty popular in primary. You know, it's I was surprised because I was short even back then. I did wear glasses, but I don't know, for some reason I was popular, and that was great. But the thing is, that subjected me to a lot of the stereotypes of people that are popular, and that's that they kind of put down the people who are considered to be lower than them on the social scale or whatever. And I did that, and it sucks, and I hate to even think about it now because it makes me feel like crap. But it's a fact, and it's something that you gotta own up to, and you've got to kind of admit that, yeah, you did do that. And I feel really bad. I remember there was this one kid. I won't say names, of course, because I don't really want to, subject anyone to anything via the internet, because the internet can be a horrible place sometimes. But he picked his nose. Year five, that's still yeah, it's kind of gross, but I teased him relentlessly for it, and it's horrible. No one should be teased for anything, no matter how disgusting it is. And I'm just gonna gonna kind of gloss over a couple of things quickly. So there was that, and then there was the whole you know uh, people who kind of tried to assert themselves over me, and then I would just crush them down. Not physically. I never bullied physically, and that's one thing that I've never done. But just because I'm naturally intelligent, and a lot of people kind of saw me as an easy target. And this is where it starts to go. This is when I start to transition from primary to intermediate. I'm not sure what you guys call it over there in America. It might be called secondary school. It might be called, I think it's actually elementary school. So this was around when I was, 11, 12, 13-ish. And so I started to get bullied all of a sudden. And this was completely new to me. Up until this point, I had always been, on the top of the social ladder, if you will. And so I was kind of terrified, like, what's happening to me? I've never had this happen to me before. I was panicking. And that was the first time I've ever experienced bullying. And it was hard. I thought, it was usually from, two or three people that I thought, as a lot of bullies, they kind of assert themselves over you by pretending to be your friend or whatever, and then saying nasty stuff behind your back, not inviting you to get together, stuff like that. So that happened. There was about two or three guys that, kind of... In the end, I was kind of like bending myself over backwards to try and please them. Because, they were the cool ones, and I wanted to be cool in the class that I had. And, it wasn't too bad. It was stuff that I could deal with. Oh, Jesus. It was stuff that I could deal with because, as much as I hate to say it, because I'd done it before, But it was at this point where I really realized, oh my God, I've been such a horrible person to a bunch of people at my school. What was I thinking? So I think I kind of atoned for what I'd done. And that was, kind of, like I said, by admitting, yeah, I was a bully for a while, and I felt awful for a good few months after realizing that. But anyway, moving on now. So now I'm starting to get bullied. And it's alright at the start, I can kind of deal with it. But as I transition from elementary to high school, it starts to get worse. And then there's a few people from my elementary school who know me and know my weak points and everything. And this is where the whole race thing starts to come into it. See, I never, coming from a really sheltered background, in a way, I never really sort of thought of, the way that being Jewish could be used against you, used to bully you. But it can anything. Bullies, I must say, bullies are very smart in the way that they find any tiny point and use it as leverage against you. And they will not give up. But the thing, whoa, the thing is that I gave up. After being bullied for a good few months, I gave up. I didn't care about what they said. I let myself go. I don't want to say depressed, because I don't think I've ever really been full on depressed, but I was not in a happy place, and I wasn't happy with much at all in my life. And that's kind of when I started to get really affected by it. And for a good 2 years, I think, I just didn't I don't want to say retaliate because that's usually used in a bad sense. I didn't kind of resist. I didn't resist against what the bullies were saying. They were like, "Oh, shut up, you Jew," and it's like, Jesus, this is actually horrible. If I resist, it's only going to get worse, right? Wrong. If you resist, you're showing the bullies that you can stand up to them. You're not afraid of them, and for a while, for a couple of weeks, it'll get worse. That I can guarantee. And that sucks. That's going to be the hardest time, is the start to push against it. But eventually it will go away. And that's kind of what I learned. And, over, for a good 2 years now, I've been free of bullies completely. Just because, I haven't... If ever someone started to maybe try and bully me, I would instantly show them that, that's not okay. I'm not going to just kind of lie down and take it. But recently, it's been interesting. Like I said, I never physically bullied anyone, and I was never physically bullied by anyone. But the past couple of weeks, there's been this one kid at my school, and, he hates me, and I hate him. The way it started sounds petty enough. Basically, we were on a bus, right? And I couldn't move, and he wanted to get off, but I couldn't move out of his way, so he ended up barging past me. And he's one of these kids, where he's in the cool group. He thinks he's so good at everything. He thinks he's so attractive. And of course, because I apparently, from his vision, he sees it that I showed resistance to him. I refused to get out of his way, whatever. But because of this, he sees, I need to, assert my dominance over me. And, God. And so, every time I see him in the corridors, he's always shoulder barging past me, as hard as he can, to try and assert his dominance or whatever. And this is the first ever experience I've ever had with physical bullying. And this is kind of where I want to get you guys into it. I'm at a loss here. I'm not quite sure what to do about it. But I'd be extremely grateful, extremely, happy to hear what you guys have to say about it, whether it be advice or just ways to kind of push past it. So I mean, I'm probably gonna cut it here, but thank you guys very much for watching. But if you do have any advice on to how to deal with physical bullies in any way, I'd be very grateful if you guys were to leave it in the leave some advice in the comments or whatever, and also tell me what you think I could improve on, all that usual jazz. But also feel like I'm just kind of going on a ramble here. But finally, I wanted to also say, give me some tips. What do you guys want to hear about? What are some issues that you guys have had in your lives at school or whatever? tell me those, and if I've had the same experiences, I will probably do a video on them because I'm looking for ideas here. I'm, really interested. I want to, kind of get more attached in a way with my community. So, yeah, thank you very much. I'll see you guys later, and I hope I helped out with something.